If not, here we go for today's challenge. Let me know if you can see the screen and if I am audible as well as the screen is visible for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible? Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Day three, of course, very important day. Starting with stress, releasing that stress, then going on to pain, and then knowing the right way to release the pain with the process rather than with the ek घाव दो टुकड़े. We are not looking for that. So let's move on to this particular challenge today. Every one of you might have noticed few things about yourself. You get emotionally exhausted. Maybe it is about you have a conversation with someone, maybe from home or even your colleague. You have a conversation with them and then you get exhausted. You just get tired. You realize, why am I getting tired? Emotional exhaustion comes from self abandonment. When I say self abandonment, many a times we keep ourselves secondary because we give the person with whom we are interacting on a personal or even on a professional level the priority. We give them the priority. Have you ever noticed that? Most of the time we try to give the person the first hand, making them feel that they are the ones, they are really taking care of things, or I should really respect them. Emotional exhaustion comes from the level of wherever we are trying to present ourselves in the manner wherein the most common patterns could be. Let's not talk about this. Let me just be silent so that we will not have any conflicts. These are certain coping patterns wherein we get emotionally exhausted because we don't get a chance to speak up. The second coping pattern that we tend to carry ahead by over explaining. Huh, with whom were you talking? No, I had this call. I had a call from my old friend, and she did not call me for a very long time. And it was I really wanted to. We tend to over explain, and we feel that, come on, at this phase of my life, at this age in my life, why do I have to keep on explaining to you that what am I doing? How am I doing? We have been together professionally as well as personally for long enough time wherein we can trust each other. We can trust each other's decision making as well. This is the second coping pattern that we tend to follow many a times. The third coping pattern that we have addressed somehow is over giving emotionally. Being being over supportive as well. We tend to be over supportive in the manner that, okay, I have to be for this person. I need to take care of their emotional state. I need to be there for them. This goes on. And it goes on for a very long time as well. And then again, making you emotionally tired because you get exhausted trying to take care of these people's needs. Even though they are emotions, they are draining for you. These patterns protect relationships. That's what you feel. And many a times they appear as well that they are protecting the relationships. But honestly speaking, they are actually draining you to the extent that you don't even understand what is happening to your body. Sometimes you end up losing bunch of weight because you don't feel any of the appetite. Or maybe you keep on eating. Again, it could be one of the coping patterns because you are emotionally drained. Emotionally drained does not mean that you are constantly crying. I repeat myself again. It's not about that you're constantly crying, you're constantly outrageously expressing yourself. When I say emotionally drained, it means that you get exhausted by over caring for someone, by taking care of people to the extent wherein you are not even giving a priority to yourself. The priority always goes to others and to their well being and what is needed for them. You know it very well. If some of you are mothers, you know how it is. You always think of the child and their security and what they need, what is it that they want. And maybe you are a father, wherein you want the needs of the family to be prioritized. Hey, let me tell you all, you all are amazing. You're doing a great, great, great thing by taking the responsibility of your family members as well. But a tiny question. When you sit in the aeroplane, the instruction that is given to you is first have the oxygen mask on your face. Only then you can help others. You can really create a safe environment for others when you take care of yourself emotionally. What really happens is you tend to lose energy by over adjusting, by over compromising over your emotions. As I mentioned, there are different coping mechanisms: over explaining, or maybe getting over drained by keeping silent as well. Please try to understand. We have been, if you have known that, many of them, they have registered for this challenge. And yes, having that 20 minutes is tough. Reason? Because your workload, maybe because your family responsibilities. So many things go on. But I know for sure that you are really listening to the recording as well. Because yes, I do get calls. I do get clarity that, ma'am, you know what? Let's talk. Let's communicate as well. So you lose your energy by over adjusting, by over consuming or being consumed by that environment as well. Now, in this particular challenge, what I'm really looking for is take a pen and paper. Take a pen and paper. Of course, right now, if you can think of something very quickly, that would be amazing. But at the same time, this is more reflective and not performance oriented. You have to do it right now. No, not at all. But at least get a reflection. What is it that I have to do myself first and foremost? You have to list three situations or interactions that drain you emotionally. It could be confronting someone. किसी को समझाना would be draining for you. To make other people understand what your condition is. Maybe that drains you. Or even, how many times should I tell you same thing over and over again? Why don't you understand? It could be even in marriage that you have been married for more than 5 years, more than 10 years, and then you are trying to tell something to your spouse, and the first statement that comes out of your mouth is, how many times should I tell you this? And then you get emotionally drained. What are those three situations? What are those three interactions that drain you emotionally? Identify. Now, the second thing is that identify your common response in these moments. I've given you one response that you tend to get triggered immediately. If something is not in the place, you tend to get triggered. If something is not according to your mindset or to your will and to your perfection, you tend to get upset. What is your response? First, you have to list the three situations or the interactions that drain you. The second thing is that you are going to identify your common response in these moments. What are those common responses that you tend to reflect upon, that you tend to respond upon? After you do this, now we have to create one internal coping rule. Rather than blasting into the reaction, rather than immediately getting into that position, let me say that let me pause. How much time? 7 seconds. I really mean it. 7 seconds. Rather than immediately reacting to anything because of which you are getting emotionally drained, 7 seconds pause. That's all you need before actually responding to this situation, to this interaction. You know it very well that you're losing it because you know your trigger. You exactly know what makes you frustrated. If somebody doesn't pick up your call and it is urgent for you, maybe they are not in a situation, maybe they are not so comfortable to pick up your call, but that triggers you. Could be your trigger point. 7 seconds. That's all you need. If you take 7 seconds before opening your mouth, before getting triggered, before getting emotionally highly reactive, trust me, you'll do wonderful. Rather than pushing yourself in every particular situation, let's pause for 7 seconds. That's all it needs. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. It's that much time. In this much time, the brain starts to take the right decision and form the right statements in that particular situation. You can definitely try this because it actually works. And I know it for sure because I've really tried on my clients. At the same time, I have tried on myself as well. Come on, we all are humans. We get emotionally triggered, but we all need that tiny pause to respond and to reflect. All of us can really say this one tiny sentence: I'm allowed to pause. You can say it in your heart, you can say it loudly if you want, but trust me, you are allowed to pause for sure. Because this is not just the pause for, okay, now how I'm going to get this person back. It's not about that. It's more about, is it necessary that this particular situation, this particular environment needs my attention, needs my response? Those 7 seconds will help you form that mindset and form yourself creatively. I hope I have made myself pretty clear and you have understood your challenge. Anyone who has a question here, this is a beautiful time that you can ask. Yes, today it was all about emotions. Today it was all about what drains your emotions, what creates the pain. Today I did not send you all any of the quiz because I really wanted this part of emotions to be more reflective. I didn't wanted you to come prepared, rather. I wanted you to be ready to what you are going to listen to. So I'm opening up for questions. On purpose for today, I'm keeping a little bit, few more minutes for questions because I really know these questions really bring great reflections for all of us. So if you're comfortable, you can unmute yourself, you can get on the video, or you can just write your question in the chat. If you do not have the question, that's absolutely fine. Please tell me, how are you finding these challenges? Because it is a day 3, and I'm really, really curious about how are you and in what manner are you learning these new challenges. So please, the floor is open for you, and I'm ready to listen what you have to say. Okay, I am. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Yes. Any other sharing that if you can come across, I would love to hear it. I would love to know it. You can unmute or you can actually ask in the chat. Hmm. Thank you for the lovely question. I really appreciate that because these questions really help all of us in the group to actually understand. After we react aggressively, yes, we do feel guilty about it. But what I'm trying to say, before you react, if we can have that tiny pause. I'm saying just a 7 second pause. In those 7 seconds, how you react, even though you are still reacting, but you are reacting with purpose. You are reacting with intention. So when you pause and react, your aggression comes down to 75%, and your guilt rate comes down to literally 5 to 10%. I really mean this. We become guilty because we react without thinking. That is the greatest concern. बिना सोचे समझे फट करके रिएक्ट हो जाता है. It's like, I did not even think about. What was I doing? What was I thinking? That is the concern. The reason for pause is nothing but that cooling down period for our emotions, wherein even though we know that we are triggered, even though we know that the other person is somehow looking for our reaction, what really is being mindful during that time. And as I said, 7 seconds is not a very long time, but it creates a greater impact if we just have that tiny pause. Because somebody is pushing your button, and you are allowing that somebody to push your button. That's how it matters. Your guilt level, now that is my guarantee again, your guilt level falls down to 5 to 10% for sure. I hope I have answered your question. Next question here is, well, if you try to pause and you just end up being silent, that means you're somehow punishing the other person by giving silent treatment. This is one. Or secondly, you feel, hmm, you are in a very good position intellectually, you are in a position very strong authoritatively, and that's the reason the other person does not need to know what exactly your reaction or what exactly your situation is. Please try to understand. It's not just about that we have to go silent. I'm saying 7 seconds. After 7 seconds, you really need to speak up. You really need to share what your thoughts are. Because otherwise, you will build a wall between you and the other person, personally as well as professionally. Building a wall creates problems, it does not solve the problem. Thank you. Now, the last question I'm taking. Very much. I'm really happy that these sessions are helping you personally. And you all, as I have mentioned earlier, you all have known me and have seen me personally. We have met each other maybe during all these years. I'm really happy that this particular 5 day challenge, maybe even just for 20 minutes, it is really helping you out. Thank you very, very much. I'm still ready to take last question if you have any. If not, you know what? I'm really happy and I'm really thankful that you turned up, even it is day three. And I'm so proud of you all. Of course, you're going to get the worksheet in half an hour, and you'll be getting the recording probably tomorrow morning. All the ones who are missing the live sessions, missing the live energy per se, I know they are going to get amazingly, amazingly happy with the recording that we all are sharing. Especially, I thank all the ones who are asking questions because these questions, they really solve the problems not just for you, but also help all the participants all together. I really urge you all, if you have any questions, please, even for tomorrow's session, you can jot them down and we can have the conversation. Once again, this was day 3 for the 5 days challenge. And I'm really, really happy once again to be with you all. Thank you very much and enjoy yourself. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Chaitra. Thanks a lot. Yes. Thank you, Asan. That really blesses my heart. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. Enjoy yourself. Have a good evening. Bye. Thank you very much. Really, thank you for the wonderful words. Thank you, Mahadev. Lovely questions. Thanks a lot, all of you all, and it has been a pleasure. Take care. Bye bye.